So how to create the directory? Mkdir is a command. Okay. So we executed mkdir command, right? With the help of mkdir command, we created one Pepsi directory. Okay. So now we are trying to know the like properties of the Pepsi. How to know the properties of Pepsi? ls hyphen ld is a command to know the properties of Pepsi. What kind of properties we got? What kind of properties we got it, guys? So first field represents type of our file, right? So D for directory. D for directory. So first field type of file. See guys. Second field RWX will have, right? RWX permission for user. Who's a user of Pepsi? Who's a user of Pepsi? Root, right? We create the Pepsi directory with the help of root user, right? So clear. So with the help of root user. Who's the owner of Pepsi directory? Root is a owner of Pepsi directory. Then this is a permission for owner. RWX permission for owner. Second field permission, it's for owner for Pepsi directory, right? And third field, it's a group owner permission. It's a group owner permission. Who's a group owner? Root. So root is a owner and root is a group owner by default. While you are trying to creating the Pepsi directory with the help of root user, always root user is a owner of Pepsi directory, right? So this is owner permission, this is owner permission, and this is group owner permission, and this is other user permission. It's a last field. Here fourth field will have, right? So that is other user permissions, right guys? So now what kind of permissions will have? Read, write, and executable permissions will have. Read, write, and executable permissions will have. What is read, guys? Read means read only permission. For example, so let's see here. R means read only permission. So for example, if you assign the read permission for file, we'll have the only read only access. We can able to open the file, but we are unable to modify the file content. Read octal value, octal, octal, decimal, binary like this will have, right? Our octal value is 4. Or octal value 4, guys. So if you're providing read permission for files, we have the only read only permission. So we are unable to modify the file content. If you're providing the read only permission for directory, we can able to switch the directory, but we are unable to create the files and directories inside the directory. Read permission means read only access will have. W, write permission. Write octal value is 2. Right? Octal value is 2, guys. Right? So write means almost full permissions. Almost full permission. So if you want, you can edit the file content. If you want, you can modify the file content. If you want, you can delete the file content. If you want, you can delete the file also. Almost full permission, guys. W means almost full permission. X, executable permission. So X is a executable permission. Executable permission octal value is 1. R octal value 2, sorry, R octal value 4, W octal value 2, X octal value 1. Right, guys? I hope you got it. So 4 plus 2 plus 1, how much? 7. So 7 means full permission. Right, guys? 7 means full permission. Can we write like this? RWX. 7 means RWX. Read, write, and executable permission. Read, write, and executable permission for user. User having the full rights, he can able to create the files and directories inside the Pepsi. And RX, read and executable permission for group owner. Right? RX, permission for other user. what is user, what is group member, group owner, and what is other user. Guys, for example, this laptop, it belongs to me. I hope you got it. So instead of Pepsi directory, I'm using my laptop, for example. This laptop, it belongs to me. Who's the owner of this laptop? So I'm a owner of the laptop. I have the full rights. I can able to utilize my laptop. Clear? I'm a owner of the laptop. I can able to utilize my laptop. I can able to log in into my laptop and I can able to perform the task. So because I'm a owner, right? So this laptop owner is Imran. I'm a user, right? I'm a owner of this laptop. Okay. So we created one WhatsApp group called Linux NIT, right? So you are all belongs to WhatsApp group, including me. We are all group members. Okay. Maybe you're also group member. I'm also group member into that particular WhatsApp group. Can you people utilize my laptop? Maybe you are group members. You doesn't have the access to utilize my laptop because I'm a owner. Then apart from Linux class, we'll have Java people. So they can able to utilize my laptop. Those people are other users. I'm a owner. I have the full rights, right? You're group member. Even if you're group member, you doesn't have the full right to utilize my laptop. Other peoples, Java peoples, those people, they doesn't have the access to utilize my laptop. Okay, guys. I hope you got it, right? So yes, no. I hope you clear. Who's the owner of Pepsi? Root. Root having the full permission, RWX. Root, he can able to create the files. He can able to delete the files. He can able to modify the file content. Whatever if you want, he can do. Because root user having the full permission. RX, this is root group permission. This is owner field. This owner field permission is RWX. Because of that reason, root user, he can able to create the files and directories inside the Pepsi. Then RX, read and executable permission. We doesn't have the W permission, right? Group members, they are unable to create the files and directories inside the Pepsi. Root owner and as well as group also by default. Right, guys? We can able to change the groups. I'll show you, don't worry, okay? And those peoples are other peoples. Apart from root, so for example, in our operating system, we'll have student user, U1 user, U2 user, U3 user, U4 user, those all other users. So other peoples also that doesn't have the access to create the files and directories inside the Pepsi. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no, right? Okay, we are humans, right? We have the sense. So and so laptop, it belongs to Imran sir. Because of that reason, we are unable to utilize. Like this, we have the sense, guys. So who's a owner? He can able to utilize Imran sir only. He can able to know his password and username and password to log in. We doesn't know. We are unable to utilize like this. We have some sense, right? Because we are humans. Then really system it having the sense, guys. Especially operating system it having the sense. Yes, no. Operating system it having the sense or not? Operating system it doesn't have the sense. But how it's providing the sensible permissions for us? Those all sensible permissions only, right? Who's the owner? He can able to create the files and directories inside the Pepsi. Apart from owner, it may be group members, it may be other people. They doesn't have the access to create the files and directories inside the Pepsi. So it's a sensible permission only, right? Then how you are getting if you try to creating the directory like this permissions for us? Okay, we are humans, right? We know we have sense. Okay, so and so laptop it's belong to someone. We should not touch like this. And really it having the sense, guys? No, right? Then how this operating system, while you're trying to creating the directory with the help of root user, it's providing the sensible permissions for us. By default permissions, how you are getting? With the help of umask value. Umask value. So umask full form, user file creation mask. How we are getting this permissions? By default permission with the help of umask value. Root user umask value 0022. normal user umask value 0002. Got it, guys? Umask full form user file creation mask. Umask full form user file creation mask. So umask value for root user. Hash means root user, guys. 0022. 0022 is a umask value by default for root user. 0002 is a umask value for normal user. Default umask value for normal user 0002. umask full form user file creation mask. With the help of this umask, so file permissions, directory permissions, it will create while you try to creating the files and directories. How? How to know the umask value? Umask is a command. So umask is a command to know the umask value. Let's see here. We are logging as a root user. Root user umask value is 0022. Exit. The normal user umask value 0002. Student user umask value is 0002. Root user umask value is 0022. Right, guys? I hope you got it. Then with the help of this umask value, we are getting default permissions for directories while you are trying to creating the directory. So then how we are getting the default permissions for directory like this? So how this umask value, it will help to us to get the default permissions. Now we are going to discuss. Guys, while you are trying to executing mkdir command, right, guys? If you try to executing mkdir command inside our operating system, one small calculation it will happen internally, right? What kind of calculation it will happen, we'll see now. With the help of that calculation, we are going to get those default permissions. RWX for user, RX for group, RX for other users. So let's see, guys, here. So now, guys, directory default octal values are 777, guys. Okay. User, group, then other user. Three types of users will have, right? So user means owner. Group means group owner. O means other users. Apart from user and group members, remaining peoples are other users. Yes, Mr. Praveen. Yesterday class. Why I need to take yesterday class? Yesterday sudo permissions completed, right? Then what you need? So if you're having internet problem, then I need to take again. So try to communicate to the management. If they are trying to informing to me, if you need to take the extra day class, then we'll do. Okay. First of all, let it continue this. What I'm trying to teaching, focus on it. Okay. So U means user, G group, O other user. So U means user, G means group. Okay. So U means user, G means group, O means other users. So directory octal value, default octal value is 777. 7 for user, 7 for group, 7 for other user. 7 means full permission. RWX. RWX for user, RWX for group, RWX for other users. Directory default octal values is 777, guys. Right? Directory default octal value is 777. So from this 777, while you're trying to executing the mkdir command, your root user umask value, it is going to subtract minus. What is root user umask value? 0, 0, 2, then 2. Right, guys? So now leave about first 0. I will tell you later. So that is a different story. I will tell you later. First 0. 7 minus 0, how much? 7. 7 minus 2, how much? 5. 7 minus 2, 5, right? So can we write like this? RWX for user. 7 means RWX. 4 plus 2 plus 1. Total 7. 5. RX. 4 plus 1. Then here RX. Right? So for user, RWX. For group, RX. Got it? For other user, RX. I hope you got it, how you're getting the default permission while you try to executing the directory. While you try to creating the directory, while you try to executing the mkdir command. So if you're executing mkdir command with the help of mkdir command, if you try to creating the directory with the help of root user, you're going to get like this permissions by default. Because default UMask value is 0022. So from full permission, this default UMask value, it will subtract. I hope you're clear, guys. Clear? So if you try to creating the directory with normal user, then what kind of permissions will get? If you try to creating the directory with the help of normal user, then what kind of permissions will get? Exit from root user. We are back to student. Now we are trying to creating one directory called dir1. So how to know the properties of dir1? ls-ld dir1. See guys, RWX for user and RWS for group owner also. Why RWX for group owner? What is the UMask value for normal user? 0002, right? Then here also it will become 0, right? Then 7 minus 0, how much? 7. So because of that reason, we are getting RWX for user, RWX for group, RX for other users. So I hope you got it, right? So with the help of UMask value, we are going to get the default permissions, right? So now we need to prove, right? So really, we are getting the permissions with the help of UMask value or not, we need to check, okay? What is a UMask value? Clearly I mentioned here. Where are you? User file creation mask. It will help to us to create the file permissions and create the directory permissions. So clearly I am mentioning here, right, the full form of UMask. User file creation mask. In the name itself only, UMask means user file creation mask value. Got it, guys? I hope you're clear. So how we are going to get the default permissions while you are trying to creating the directory with the help of root user, with the help of normal user. So now we'll verify. So now our intention is we need to create one directory with the help of root user, but other people's also, they should have the full permission. Then what kind of UMask value we need to provide? I will tell you how to change the UMask value, don't worry. Then what kind of UMask value we need to provide to get the full permission for other users? We are trying to creating the directory with the help of root user, guys, right? So usually if you try to creating the directory with the help of root user, you're going to get RWX for user, RX for group, RX for other user, right? But I need RWX for other users by default. Then what kind of UMask value we need to provide? 00? 00 बाद में क्या है? 00. 0020. I said for other user we need what I said. Listen the question carefully first of all. 0020. So if you keep the 0 here, then only it will become full permission, right? For other users. Why you are trying to making 0000? What I said? we need to provide the full permission for other users. Then what kind of UMass value we need to provide? 0020, right? I hope you got it, guys. How to change the UMass value? Let's see here. Login as a root user, right? UMask 0020. So let's check the UMass value. What is the UMass value? 0022 is a default UMass value. Now we are trying to modifying the UMass value. We are customizing the UMass value according to our requirement. So UMask 0020, then hit enter. Got it? 0020 is a UMask value. Now try to create one directory called Red Bull. Both in ho gaya yaar. Okay. So ls-l Red Bull. See guys here. Let's check the list, then you can able to understand. So see the difference between Pepsi directory and Red Bull directory permissions. So Pepsi directory having RWX for user, RX for group, RX for other user, right? Red Bull directory having RWX for user, RX for group, RWX for other users. Now anybody can create the files and directories inside the Red Bull. It may be student user, it may be U1 user, it may be U2, whatever it may be. Anybody can create the files and directories because other people's having the full permission. I hope you got it, guys. So depends upon your UMass value, you are going to get the default permissions for directories. While you try to creating the directory with the help of root user, how you are going to get the permissions? Default permission with the help of UMass value. Guys, UMass is a command to change the UMass value, not permanently. This is for temporary. This is for temporary, right? So now we are going to exit. And if you reopen the terminal once again, we are going to get the default UMass value again. Okay. So it's not permanent changes. It's a temporary changes. How to change the UMass value permanently for root user as well as for normal user, both I will teach you, not now, after some time. I hope you got it, guys. So how to change the UMass value temporary? Clear? Yes, no. So 0020, if you're providing, you're going to get the full permission for other user. If you're providing 0000, for everyone, we are going to get the full permission. For user, for group, for other users. So clear? I hope you got it, right? So how to change the UMass value temporary also we know. क्या एक्सप्लेन करूं यार, अभी तक वही बोल रहा हूँ ना UMass के बारे में. So I'm trying to explaining that only. So you are asking again. So can you please explain? Where are you, Mr.